Hello and welcome to all my English speaking audience and audience who would like to learn some English through listening to what I've got to say about games. Today we've got Sauria. Sauria's campaign has already finished on Kickstarter, however you can still order it till the 28th of March on the website. The link is just down below. You and the other players will take on the role of visitors or staff at the park. You were brought in to give your expert opinion on the park and give you a seal of approval. However, things quickly fall apart as the island's volcano suddenly becomes active, shutting off the geothermal power system and leaving you in the dark. The park's security systems and most of the staff become useless in the panic, leaving you with little choice other than to take the matters into your own hands. In the midst of the chaos, you realize that this park will likely never open to public. There's one-in-a-lifetime opportunity for you, and you intend to make the most of it. As you leave the safety of the guest area, a staff member pleads with you to stay behind. If the dinosaurs don't get to you, the volcano will. The staff member shouts at you. I can't stop you from leaving, but there's something you should know. The Air Force is going to bomb the island in 48 hours. Time is short, the morning is young, and you know what you need to do. This should be a walk in the park. Sauria is a Jurassic Park, the board game, in a sense that you will be walking around the board, running, should I say, exploring the board, attacking the dinosaurs, running from the dinosaurs, getting wounded, gathering equipment and trying to escape. There are 3 ways to survive this game. You can either find a boat and fix it before leaving the island, find a helipad and wait for the helicopter, or hide in a bunker. But obviously there is more to it. Walking around the island, you still want to make the most of it. So you will have some goals, and those goals will give you points at the end of the game. Some of them are easier, some of them are harder, some of them are possible only at the end of the game where there is bigger dinosaurs coming into play. However, I don't think you can do them all in a single playthrough. So let's start from the beginning. To set up the game, you put the board, you put the locations on the number spots, and you have the little bags where you place the cubes. You place 4 black cubes per player and 1 red cube per player in the bag. This is the noise you make walking through the jungle. The green cubes are your action cubes, and you place them in your action board, depends on which character you take. And as you can see, these characters are very different. They've got different actions that they're better at, so they can do it more often. And whilst we use this kind of action, we take away that cube and we can only reuse it after we've done the rest action. On said island, we'll be doing our actions, we'll be checking for the events, seeing what happens, we'll be having encounters, and there will obviously be dinosaurs appearing on the island. Now, if there are herbivores, nothing really happens because they're friendly. If the carnivores come over, well, then stuff happens. And carnivores and herbivores can have battles with each other. If there's 2 dinosaurs on the same spot, you will use the dice to determine which of them wins and which of them stays on the board. If they're on your hex, you will also quite likely get damaged, although you can find some weapons that help you fight them off. The game lasts 16 rounds, which is portrayed by the 48 hours of waiting for the island to be bombed. And we've got day events, we've got night events, and we've got the lava. Lava comes obviously from the volcano, and the lava goes around the volcano first, and then we're using the lava deck to determine which parts of the island will be covered with lava, therefore not available to explore anymore. So the game lasts 16 rounds, and during these 16 rounds we've got time to do our objectives and to explore the island and find a way out. And it's 16 rounds regardless of the number of players, so the only thing that changes with the number of players is the amount of noise that are in those bags. So for 4 players it's easier to explore the island because it's quicker. With 2 players obviously it's gonna be a little bit slower, but we still have 16 rounds to do it. And last time we've played with 4 of us, by round 6 we've had pretty much most of the island explored with 4 players because it's just easier that way. Now, when it comes to the goals, some of them seem harder than the others. Some of them are very easy, that you can do it in the middle of the game. Some of them you have to wait till a little bit later on in the game to actually do. But in the end, you will never ever probably do all of them. However, you want to do as many because you want to get the most points, but you also want to find a boat, find a helipad, or find a bunker to survive the game to actually be able to win. Now, each character's got 10 health points, so it's got 10 wounds dealt dealt face down, and then those ones flip face up later on when you don't have any more space for the face down ones, and that's how you have 10 health points. If you reach the maximum, you die and you're out of the game. So this is something that might not appeal to many people, because obviously being out of the game is not great. You don't have to just wait and look and watch other people play, and this is the downside for us, because we don't really like games like this, especially playing with two people. If one of you dies, then what is a solo game pretty much. So for us, this is the downside of the game. Now let's go through all the pros and cons and trying to find a target audience for this game. So the game, the theme, the dinosaurs will always sell because they're great, right? I mean, who doesn't like dinosaurs? So dinosaurs will always sell, and there's so many games about dinosaurs on the market that you have to be really inventive to find something that hasn't been done yet. Now, I wouldn't say that has been done like this before. There are some mechanisms that you find from other games that you can find in this game, but it's all merged together and it makes a nice smooth gameplay that is very simple. It's not overly complicated, it's not an advanced game, it's very much a game that you can play with teenagers or older children, and this is who I think that will appeal to the most, because obviously moving around the board with the little standees that are also available in like acrylic version, which I would prefer, rolling the dice, doing the goals and things, I think this would appeal more to like younger players, younger than myself, for example, or if I was playing with like teenagers or older children. But playing this with, say, 4 gamers who usually gather to play heavy Euros, it's not gonna be the same kind of experience. But as I said, the theme is a good thing. Like dinosaurs, I would always get a dinosaur game and try any dinosaur game that is available, because we just really like dinosaurs. I also really like the fact that you've got your special actions, and the actions are different for everybody else, meaning that someone else is better at something else than you and can do it more often than you, and you are better at something else. So that's quite balanced. I like the goals. I just don't like the fact that some of them seem a bit easier than the others. I like the fact that we're exploring the island, that we're finding different buildings, we're finding different items in those buildings, that we're kind of finding things to help us out on the island. It is a bit random, but this element of randomness is not that bad. I like rolling the dice, I like the combat motive of this game. It's all quite simple and not overly convoluted, as it tends to be with games like this, and this is a big plus for this game. The only thing I would say is the fact that it's not a game for everybody. So this is a game for people who have teenagers, who have older children, who like dinosaurs. So like my husband said, he would love to play this game when he was younger, because of the movement of the dinosaurs, the volcano, the lava, the excitement, and this is all really fun, but as I said, for this sort of audience. I also really like the humor in this game. Some of the cards are really funny when you're reading through the events. We put in sort of little act when reading them, and it's all quite fun to do. So that's a really good thing. We had quite a laugh with this game as well, and it's fun when obviously we find different things. All of a sudden there is power surge, and we've got power in the buildings. We can do things. So yeah, I mean, this is a fun game. There is a bit of an upkeep with all these cubes and things, trying to figure out which cube to take and when do you make noise, when do you not make noise. But this is something you very easily get used to, and maybe the first play will be longer than the others, and obviously the types of dinosaurs you encounter might not be the ones you want to. So if the photographer wants to encounter very specific dinosaurs to take pictures of them, and sometimes they might just not find them, and that's really lucky, you know, if you actually are able to do your goals in this case. But as I said, this is a fun game, and if you're looking for a fun dinosaur-themed game to play with your family, this would be the one to go to. If you're looking for something heavy, for something that, you know, will burn your brain and where is very strategic, this is not this. This is just pure fun, luck-based, colourful, Jurassic Park, the board game kind of thing. So hey, there we are, Sauria. If you missed the Kickstarter, you still can pre-order the game up until the 28th of March from the link below. See you next time.